Hello and thank you for tuning in to Embrace My Melanin. It's your girl Rochelle, and in today's video, as you could probably see by the title, I am going to be doing a full face of the oldest makeup products in my collection. If you guys saw maybe 3 weeks ago, I did the makeup collection tag by Miss Georgia Harris. Shout out to her because really and truly, as much as if you have a very big collection, even if you have a bigger collection than most people have, you sometimes forget the products that you purchase. I will say that. I forgot about a lot of the products that I have here in front of me. I have not used them in a while. I would see them and be like, oh, I'm going to try you out again, but never do. So shout out to Miss Georgia Harris, because when I did that makeup collection tag, it really took me on a journey of the products that I have, and that's the oldest in my collection. And I say, well, you know what, I haven't used some of these products in a while, so I want to do a full face of the oldest products and see how I really feel about them now, because it's been such a long while since I've worn them. So if you want to see the oldest products in each category that I have here today and see how I apply them and see what I think about them, if you want to take a trip down memory lane with me and maybe even your own memories, please keep watching. So the first two products that I have here today is going to be primer. I always start out with a primer on my face, and I have two. I have the Neutrogena Shine Control Primer, and I also have the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. I could tell you that this is much older. I purchased this many years ago, but it doesn't have an expiration date on it. So I'm not going to use this because I just don't know if it's still any good. It is a white primer, I will tell you that. It's a white primer. It came out regular, creamy, white, but I just don't know how long this is going to last. I'm going to check on the Neutrogena website and see how long it's supposed to, last. I will say it's probably halfway full. Yeah, it's about halfway full, but I just had it for so long, and I'm not sure I'm not gonna use this on my face today because I just don't know. Okay, but I will say this: I've had this for maybe a little over a year, and this lasts 24 months. Okay, so this is still good for me to use. Okay, I will say I've used this one before. I think this is like my second time purchasing this particular primer, and I did really and truly enjoy this particular primer. So it does minimize your pores. Okay. But it does make you just a little ashy. Okay, so next up on the agenda, the next two items, which will be foundation. I have the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation, and I have this in the shade 370 Deep Bronze. But I also have the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. Okay, so I can say this. Both of these, if I'm not mistaken, this one is only good for a year, and I know I've had it for over a year. I probably had this for a year and a half. But this one right here is good for 24 months, and I've only had it for I think this coming December will be 2 years for this one. Yeah, because I remember I purchased it with a palette. So yeah, that's right. So I have a couple more months with this one right here. So Maybelline, I got to pick up another Maybelline one because this one was a really good foundation. Was this only good for a year? Yeah, this is only good for a year, so I'm going to be using this one right here. This is 24 months before it expires. I have got to get another one of these, but I probably won't get until maybe next year as soon as I get rid of some of these other foundations because I have a lot. I will say this. I've had this foundation, when I first saw that they extended their range on this foundation, I was so happy. And even then they've extended it even more. Because if I'm not mistaken now, there's like maybe three shades darker than this shade right here. And just to let you know, I am shade 4.4. Ever since I picked up this foundation, and like I said, it's almost been 2 years, I have loved this foundation. It gives a beautiful, beautiful natural skin finish. It's medium coverage. It really matched my skin perfectly, really truly. And if some people want to know, I do match my foundations more so to my face than to my chest, because my chest is so much lighter than my face. Okay, I love this. I still love this. And when this expires, I'm going to cry, because it's going to be a while before I purchase this again. Only for the simple matter of fact is that I have so many others. All right. And then next up we have the, let's see here. We have the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Okay. So I was not, in the beginning of my makeup journey, I was not a huge concealer, bright in the face and all that person. I just wasn't. And I think this was like the first high-end concealer that I picked up, and I picked it up in the shade Rich. It is so okay. This has an expiration date of 6 months on it. I've had this for almost 2 years. I'm gonna keep on using it. I'm gonna keep on using it. I don't use it that often. I'm gonna go ahead. I haven't used it that much. It's still pretty full. Never mind. I just smelled this, and really, it doesn't smell like anything. It smells like a new product, so it didn't have that overly chemically smell to it. So I'm just gonna keep using it until I'm all out of it. But I digress. Anyway, I will say this concealer, I still love this concealer. I think it's still amazing. I think Tarte did a really good job on it. They just need to work on still being all inclusive all around across the board. But I digress. We're not going to go and have that conversation right now. So next up, I'm going to be setting my concealer and the rest of my face. I have 2 products here by Black Opal. I have the Black Opal Invisible Oil Blocking Powder, and I also have the Black Opal Deluxe Finishing Powder. Okay, so when I first purchased it, now mind you, also last year, maybe the year before, that's when I really got into setting powders and setting my face all over with loose setting powders and such. I have not used this powder in years, and I can't truly remember how this worked. I can't remember how this worked on my skin, but you know what? We're going to go in today and we're just going to set it. Alright, and just to let you know, this was the shade was, invisible. It's translucent, so that's that. Like I said, I haven't used this in such a long time to where I truly don't know how I felt about it. I think I just liked it because it did not leave a cast, but it's looking kind of funny to me right here, right now. So let's keep going forward. Okay, powder brush, and it's a loose setting powder, so I'm gonna have to be very careful with it. Okay, I will say this, I love the color of this powder, of this finishing powder. Very beautiful. Okay, and I really and truly, I didn't even use a lot, so that's good. Okay, okay, so next up we're going to go in with a blush. Should we? No, let's go in with brows. Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I can say right now, you guys know that I'm not a huge person to do my brows because they're not that sparse. I just like to fill it in just a little bit. And I know, I could tell you right now, I know this is expired. I know this is expired, but if you go in at the right angle to get some product, it won't truly, no, it is not even close to being dried out. So, and I go around the edge. Don't go in the center because the center is probably where it's mostly dried out. Go around the edges and you can get just a little bit more product, still have some moisture in it, and still do something. So let's go. That's it for the brows. This pomade, I promise you, if you have not tried the ABH pomade, Dip Brow Pomade, I promise you, you guys will absolutely love this stuff. It is absolutely amazing. Now, if any of the products that I'm trying out here today, if you've tried them before, let me know how you like them down in the description below. In the comments below, okay? Okay, so next up I'm going to do a little bit to my eyes. Now this is an oldie but goodie, but almost why did I buy it kind of like palette. And that would be the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette. This was my first ever expensive palette. I spent, I think, like $48 on this palette. And I really haven't put a dent in this palette at all. It's like the colors, they just didn't. But you know what? I'm going to try to do a little bit of something today with this palette. I know one of the main reasons why I bought this palette is because of the smell. It still smells like chocolate. It still smells amazing. Some of the eyeshadows did really, really good and they were really, really pigmented, but others, not so much. Not at all. It's like, why did y'all put this formula inside here? This shade right here was the shade for me. It was my one color shade that I used to do a splash on my eyes, and maybe did a little bit of depth in the color in the corner with this shade right here, which is Licorice, and this shade right here, which was Hot Fudge. So I'm going to do something very simple, very neutrals right now. I'll be right back. Okay, so just above my crease area, I'm going to go in with the shade Peanut Butter. And across my lids, I went in with that beautiful deep brown shade and the shade Hot Fudge. It has just a little bit of shimmer inside of that Hot Fudge shade. And I had to go and smooth out the edges just a little bit with more peanut butter. Then I took my finger and went in with the Blueberry Swirl and add just a pop of color in the center. And then just for a little bit of depth in the corner, I used that very rich, beautiful black shade, and it's called Licorice. I love the names. Okay, and that is all that I have for the eyes. Very simple, basic look with the Semi-Sweet palette. You have some really good shades inside here, but some you're like, with about. So it's more so a personal preference than anything. I liked it, but truly, it's like I never pick it up anymore because I have so many other palettes and I barely use them, but I digress. Anyway, let me know if you guys have this palette. This was very much so cultivated palette. So let me know if you guys by chance pick this up, or if you haven't picked it up, let me know why you didn't pick it up, because you know you didn't feed into the hype like I did. Let's go in next with the cheeks. Okay, so I think this is the one that I found, and I think I brought it because it was a contradiction on the name. Okay, this is the NYX powder blush, and I got it in the shade Mocha. What's mocha about this shade? I just never got the title of it. It's mocha. Yeah, mocha. I just never got it, and I was like, why would they name this mocha when it's not mocha? But maybe I'm missing something. Chances are I'm missing something, but you know what? I bought this shade, and you know what? I really and truly did like this shade. I haven't used this in a minute, and in several minutes. Okay, but I did like this shade. It's very beautiful. I like a lot of NYX products. I will say that. Okay, now next up, I will say this. I'm going to go in with a highlighter, and this was a cult favorite for dark skinned girls. Okay, they had one and it was going all around, and everyone loved that one. But if you were a chocolate dark skinned girl, oh, you had to get this one. This is Becca's highlighter in the shade Topaz. I know you probably thought, oh girl, what you about to say, Opal? No, boo. Topaz was the color for the chocolate brown skin, deep complexion girls. I mean, we had to have Topaz. Okay, Opal, I know everybody was talking about Opal, and Opal was a very pretty color, but it did nothing, and I do mean absolutely nothing, for deeper skin tones. It looked a little ashy. It looked a little ashy on our skin tones. But Topaz, oh, Topaz is everything for a chocolate girl. Okay. This was the y'all. This was the shade for a chocolate girl. I am going down memory lane with this highlighter. Oh my! Why did I stop using this? I don't even know why I stopped using this. I don't even know why I stopped using this. But whew, you get some new things and you forget, and then when you get back to remembering, you be like, what? Boo. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and set our face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It took me more than a few minutes to go through my lipsticks and see which lipstick or gloss I've had for the longest, and these are the three that I picked up. I have one by Bite Beauty. It's not part of the Mousse Bouche. I forgot how to pronounce it. But it's not about a part of that collection. Here's the packaging right here. I'm not even sure the packaging is the same. But I think, and just show you how long I've had it. I think I've had this on. I think this was like my first lipstick that I hadn't purchased in a very long time. Like, I spent a lot. Like, I think I spent like maybe $22 on this lipstick, and I digress. Anyway, but this was like the first lipstick that I had tried in a long time, in a really long time. Okay, and I'm gonna go in with not chestnut. I'm gonna go in with Vino. I've had Vino for such a long time also. I'm just gonna go around it just a little bit. Okay, and I will say I've had Vino, even though this is a new stick, this was one of my very first lip liners for a very long time. I love Vino. I just kept repurchasing. I've probably purchased Vino so many times over the years, a lot more than Chestnut. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in also just a little topper on top of this. I'm gonna go in with Aquarius by ColourPop. Now you're probably like, girl, that could not have been your first lip gloss. No, it is not, but it was one of the first lip glosses that I purchased that was in so much of a light shade that I thought it was one of my perfect nude for brown girls, dark skinned brown girls complexion. So I absolutely love this. Okay, and here is the finished look, the finished me. How do you guys like it? Let me know what you guys think about this look. Let me know, let me know what you guys think about the products that I used here today. I'm really blown away by this highlighter, y'all. I forgot all about Topaz. Now, everybody loved Opal, and Opal was it, you know, if you had fairer skin, but oh my goodness, Topaz was chocolate, us deep, beautiful, melanated beauties, baby. Wow, I'm so shocked. I am so shocked, and I'm loving this look. I absolutely think it's absolutely gorgeous. So okay. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys like this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video while I went down memory lane. Please, again, if you have tried any of these products, whether you like them or dislike them, please, let's get a dialogue going down in the comment section and let me know what you guys thought about these products that I tried. Have you ever tried them? Did you like them, dislike them, and all that jazz? Okay. Like me and my brand of crazy, go ahead and just give me a thumbs up. And if you like me just a little bit, go ahead and just hit the subscribe button. Just tap it, okay? And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, only you can make you beautiful. Bye.